Let me run the intro real quick.
Yeah. Woo.
I just need my space right now.
Fresh off the G5 jet, I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
All right, welcome back. eSIMstudios podcast, live stream, YouTube channel. How's everybody doing on this Friday evening? Hope everybody had a good week, right? Getting settled in, had a long day. Hair's a mess. Wearing a hat all day, but we're gonna run a giveaway here in a little bit. Not gonna be a long live stream. It's getting around that time, so but I did want to hit on a couple of stories. Hope everybody had a wonderful week. Glad it's Friday, giveaway Friday, right? I was rolling around town today with this phone very, very carefully. I don't have a case for it, so there's that. Last thing I want to do is drop it, and yeah, I'm going to be stuck with it because I can't return a broken phone, so I would be screwed. But it seems that if you're one of those users, I love cases, I love accessories. I don't know. I have tons of cases for each and every device that I get. I think with the Motorola Signature, there's more and more cases as I look on Amazon. In fact, let me check right now. Each day there seems to be one or two more. Like, there's not a wide variety of cases for the Motorola Signature. But if you're just they have a black case like this one. Right? Just a basic, if all you need is just a case, they got that on Amazon. So at least there's a couple of options, right? I got a black silicone case just to now none of these are prime, right? These are just gonna take a week or two, right, to order it, but it is what it is. Order the phone and order the case. Should get here at the same time. The one I ordered on Amazon shipped, so hopefully I'll have it in the next day or two. I uploaded my network speed test, T-Mobile network speed test with my SIM in the Motorola Signature. I was gonna leave it in the Signature and just use it from here on out. But then driving back from the network test, not far, it's just right down the street. I was thinking, probably not a smart idea, you know. The last thing I want to do is drop it without a case. So I'm going to wait until the case comes, and then I'm going to put my SIM in it. So my SIM is back in my S25 Ultra. But I'm going to wait till I can protect it, and then I'm going to use it daily. So I'm just slowly getting it set up. You know, when you sign into a new phone, it's a pain in the ass. It just is. Like, they're getting better at when you transfer data, transfer your Gmail, when you sign into Gmail. It's gotten a little better over time. And actually, there were two apps that were already signed in. You know, like when you sign into a new phone and you transfer data, like you select the apps you want to transfer over, it'll transfer the apps, meaning it'll tell the App Store on the new phone to download that app onto the new phone, but you still got to go in and sign in to each and every app. I transferred 124 apps. You know how long that takes? So I just do it kind of gradually over the next week or so. I'll set it up, but I'm busy. I don't have time to sign into 124 apps, right? But let's get to it. How's everybody doing? Glad everybody showed up. How's it going? It's good to see you. I don't think I've seen you before, but appreciate the view. Welcome to the channel, eSIMstudio channel. I see some familiar faces here. Good evening to you, sir. We're gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna run through some of the news here, and we will do a hey, what's up, brother? You doing all right? We're gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna run through some of the news here. Some interesting news with Samsung, and it's not really a surprise, but it just confirms kind of what we've kind of already known, right? What's going on? Appreciate you joining us. Remember you? Yes, yes. You too. Had a good week. Can't believe it's already Friday. Let's go ahead and jump into that Samsung news. So let me share my screen here. And it just confirms everything we've kind of already been discussing, right, over these last couple of weeks with what they got going on, right? So I'm going to share this screen here and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So, damn, I can never get these angles right. There we go. Let me move this just for a second. So, Samsung killed the S26 upgrades that everybody was hoping for, right? Because they didn't want to jack the price up. Now, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? Like we had discussed in the last couple of weeks. Everything comes down to money, right? Samsung's a business and they have bottom lines. They look at revenue, how much it costs to build and or manufacture each device. There's an average of how much it comes out to, and then they have a price point for how much profit they have to make per device, and it can't get too upside down, right? They get a turn of profit, at least they're gonna try. Did y'all see Google's quarterly profits today? Holy crap, it was like, I just came across my screen, $113 billion in one quarter. Like, just insane. Apple's numbers were insane. Samsung's numbers they had, I think, a record quarter. And you know what that's due to, right? The memory. On the memory chip, the memory's going sky high. Samsung hit record profits. But as we mentioned, I think it was a month ago, their mobile division, their memory division, I don't know how they have it set up, right? It's all under the Samsung umbrella, but I don't know how they have it structured. But this is kind of what we were talking about. Is it really an upgrade? Not so much. And I have another article we're going to roll into after this that brings up a good question, right? But this is actually a really good article by 9 to 5 Google. And this is everything we thought they were going to upgrade to, but it gives us another list of what we're actually getting, if that makes sense. So early on, maybe 6 months ago, we thought there might be silicon carbon batteries, although they just can't get their hands on, physically get enough silicon carbon to put them in. They sell too many phones to put silicon carbon in there. I think someday they will get there. So I didn't really expect that, but 9 to 5 Google has a list of things that we were anticipating. So replacing the Plus model with the Edge model. They were going to rebrand the S26 as the S26 Pro, although those two things, you know, I don't think really affects the bottom line that much. We were anticipating bigger batteries. I still think they could have put bigger batteries in these phones, right? You see OnePlus, right, with the big batteries. Although that OnePlus 15, it's not a slim phone, but it's got a big battery. It lasts 2 freaking days, right? Faster charging speeds. Some of these things in here that are on this list of stuff that we thought were going to be in the S26 Ultra and or the S26 series, some of these are like, I don't know if would it add on that much more money to the final product, to each device, per device. We got word yesterday or was it 2 days ago, that the magnets were not going to be put into the back of the devices like for Pixel and for iPhone. The main thing are these sensors, the cameras. Now, I did a bunch of shooting today on the Motorola Signature, and I'm still compiling some photos and videos, and I'll probably put out just an early release of a collection of videos and pictures from the Motorola Signature. But holy crap, it reminds me of a Pixel, right? I love shooting on Pixel, but this thing, it's rare that you get a bad photo. It's a point and shoot phone, right? Like you can tell You can tell these sensors are freaking top notch. Like just rolling around town today, I was like, holy crap, these are good. So it makes you, and see, here's the thing, Motorola is selling this phone. Well, we're gonna get into timeout. I'm gonna bring the Motorola into this here in just a minute, because that'll leapfrog into the next story. But I'm not done with Samsung, so hang on. We thought that they were going to bring forward new cameras. That's the word we were getting 8, 9, 10 months ago, and now you see them basically only replace one of those sensors, including the front-facing selfie. That's going to stay the same. Basically, everything's going to be the same. The only difference is it's going to look slightly different, a little modified. Of course, you're getting the better display, which, newsflash, Apple's been using the M14 OLED panel. Google Pixel has the new Samsung panel. So it's like Samsung's been holding off on their own product, on their own panel for their flagship phones for a whole year. So I guess the cameras, and look, I don't know how much they pay per sensor. I'm sure it's a pretty penny, but on the other hand, it's like, well, Motorola's putting it in their signature, and it's, you can grab one for $650, right? And here's what we're actually getting. So there was a list of some stuff up here that we thought we were going to get, and now we find out today we're not getting it because they don't want to raise the price. So what you're really getting is you're getting an upgrade in the base storage, which is 256. It's about time. I was just looking today. There's a big sale on Pixel devices. At Best Buy, you can get a Pixel 10 Pro for $359. So holy shit! I went to go look. I was like, I'm just gonna grab one, right? That's dirt cheap. And I don't know. If anything, give it away on the channel, but I didn't. Let me tell you why. Because it's 128 gig. Who really? All the pictures and videos I took today, it was like 18 gigs of data just in a couple hours taking pictures and photos. So 128 gigs is got to be out the door. No more 128. Base needs to be 256. So we're getting base 256. You're getting satellite texting and SOS support. I mean, okay. S26 Ultra privacy display. That's cool. Although that's really more when it comes to Samsung with investing money into something. That's more developer than it is actual physical product that they have to invest in. And you're getting faster wireless charging, and you're getting a thinner S26 Ultra. So it's really not much of an upgrade at all, right? Basically, it's the display. Now, brings a question. Samsung didn't do it because they didn't want to raise the price. So it makes me wonder, if they, let's just say let's say everything remains the same in the S26 Ultra, or at least the specs that we know. If they replaced the camera sensors, if they upgraded the sensors to the very best, I don't know, to their best sensors or Sony sensors, I wonder how much extra it would be. So would it bring the base S25 Ultra, if they're going to remain the same, the base S25 Ultra I think was $1,299. Would that raise it to $1,300? Would that raise it to $1,400? $1,450? I don't know. There was a poll last week, and I should have I just thought of it right now. I should have pulled the poll up because you can find it. I think it was on Android Central or 9 to 5 Google, where they put an article out there, asked readers to participate in the poll. A large majority of the people that took the poll stated that Samsung is not doing enough. Well, you know what that means. Okay, but if you want them to go that extra mile, are you okay with shelling out an extra $50 to $100? Right? I mean, I guess it depends on how you buy your devices. Do you buy them outright, which I'm sure that's a very small percentage? Do you buy them through a carrier? Do you buy them through the trade-in deal every year? Trade in your previous flagship and then purchase it through Samsung. So I guess it depends on how you buy the devices, right? And I guess that depends on each person, quite honestly, right? Because somebody that pays it that upgrades at the carrier, well, they may that extra $100 for that device may come out to $3 extra per month. I don't know, $5 extra per month, 10, something like that. Probably won't mind so much. But if you're buying it outright, that extra $100, $200, you know, that's a good chunk of change right there. So, let me see what some of y'all are saying, and then I'll move on to this next article that we'll see. We'll do the giveaway here shortly. Samsung and Apple are not going to lose a penny. No, they are not. They are in business to make money. Did you have the OnePlus 13? Yes. I had 3 of them. I had 2 blacks and 1 ocean blue. I had one of the blacks was a Chinese variant, and one was the US variant, and then the ocean blue was the US variant. One of the black ones that was the Chinese variant had you can go back on my channel or just search in YouTube eSIMstudios OnePlus 13 and you'll see a bunch of videos come up. Yeah, I had 3 of them. I love that phone. I think I got the most screen on time ever. I made a dedicated video on, I was blown away. I think I got close to 13 hours of screen on time. I mean, it was insane. So yes, that's a perfect example. It's a classic phone. And if you do have the OnePlus 13, the OnePlus 15 is pretty freaking nice. But you don't have to upgrade, quite honestly, right? It's like Bradley here. Like, I think, what do you have, an S24 Ultra? That I think you've mentioned you're not going to upgrade. Like, you're fine not upgrading, right? And I'm just getting to that realization myself. Quite honestly, I get worked up. I'm a nerd. I get worked up, excited about all these new releases, and I'm like, do I really need to get that, right? Like, if I didn't have a YouTube channel, would I get the S26 Ultra? I would like to say, nah, probably hold off. And I think I would this year. I'm going to get it, obviously. Actually, my wife wants one. So I'm going to get 2, one for her, one for me. But if I didn't have the channel, you know, I don't know. It's really not that big of a change. Is what come into the U.S. market. What were we talking about? The signature. I got a open box OnePlus 13 at Best Buy for $340. Holy crap, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. And see, that's a good upgrade. Go from an S21 Ultra to OnePlus 13. That's a good upgrade, right? When you upgrade, you do not have to upgrade to the latest flagship. And let me roll into this next article, because that's what this was talking about, right? Is this right here. Are flagship phones worth buying? A new survey says no. 2/3 of people that were polled, 2/3 of people that participated in this online poll don't think high-end phones are worth the fuss. And it makes me wonder, right? You don't even have to buy, if you're upgrading, you can buy a year-old flagship and essentially have the latest flagship. I think we've gotten to a point where these processors, right? How fast the memory is, and look, you can tell the difference between a budget phone. I'm talking about a bottom of the barrel phone and a flagship. Yes, there's a difference, right? I can tell a difference in usability, how fast it is, does it stutter, operating system, how smooth is it? But you don't have to go out and get move from a S21 Ultra to a OnePlus 15. No, You can go from a S21 Ultra to a OnePlus 13, just like Sean did, or even a S21 Ultra to an S25 Ultra, right? You can really save some money that way, and you don't have to get the latest flagship or something like this, right? You 650 gets you in the door. Well, what did we say yesterday? It was like, I guess technically, keep on saying 650. Technically, it was like 689, I think, or 679, something like that. I mean, that's half the price of a S26 Ultra, right? The cameras on here gonna blow away the S26 Ultra. I can guarantee you that. And when we get the S26 Ultra in, we're gonna do comparisons. I can tell already it's gonna blow it away. Like this thing, this is the real deal when it comes to cameras, right? I'm starting to think my estimations, but before I got this, I was thinking, you know what, this is probably what a Pixel should have been, with a Snapdragon CPU, but top-notch cameras, buttery smooth operating system, just as a Snapdragon CPU. And that's after a couple years now. I'm kind of wishing Google stuck with Snapdragon, because the Pixel 9 still outperforms the Pixel 10. Perfect example. If you have a Pixel 6a, a Pixel 7a, and you want to upgrade your Pixel, you don't need to get the Pixel 10. Get the Pixel 9. It's a better phone than the Pixel 10. Pixel 10, you all know, after 200 charging cycles, they're cutting the charging speeds in half, capping the battery at 80%, right? Really? Like, there's no need to upgrade to the Pixel 10. Pixel 9 is still a badass phone. Motorola signature phone, is that coming to the US market? Maybe. So I heard probably. So I heard that, they're coming out with the Fold, signature Fold. Now, they're not coming out with that. They're not releasing that until like July or August. Mid to probably in the third quarter of the year, something like that, right around August. So I heard when they release the Fold, they're going to release both the signature and the signature Fold, or make it available for the US market. But that's still 6 months away. I really want to get the Fold, and the one and I'm not a foldable. I say that, but I'm using my Flip 7. I've never had a foldable. I've had a flip. I've had a bunch of the flips, but not fold, the book style. One thing that sets that apart is that it's essentially going to be the signature just folding open. So Samsung on their Fold 7, they still don't put the best cameras on the Fold 7, and you're paying $2,000. Even with the Pixel Fold, they downgrade the cameras. Like, these are the things I don't understand. Now, I'm sure it's due to money. Everything is. But Motorola's putting these cameras on a foldable. So it'll have the best cameras on any foldable in the market, on the planet, when they release it. So I hear they are, but it's going to be a while. So, let's see. Brownlee says you can import it for around $700 though. The version 1 India phone works in the US. Yes. Satellite is a must now. Not for me. I get why satellite is a good idea, and it is. I'm not saying it's not, but I never go mountain climbing. I never go out in a desert. I never go into space. Like, that's what it's for. Is like when your mobile carrier can't provide your phone carrier services, right? Like when the towers can't supply you with a data signal, that's when the satellites kick in. I've never in my life, I take that back. I mean, once in a lifetime, I'm like, damn, what happened to my signal? But it's only for like 30 seconds, right? But if you live in Colorado, you go mountain climbing, you live in Nevada in the desert, I get it. But like, I guess for me, it's not a big deal. S26 Ultra, easy pass for me. Yeah. No way I upgrade my S24 Ultra. That's still a nice phone, and I think it has better cameras. I think it takes better pictures than the S25 Ultra and the S26 Ultra. We're going to do the giveaway here in just a minute. What time is it? Yeah, I probably should go here shortly. Using the same 5,000 milliamp hour battery. What do you know? I used to upgrade every year, stopped after the S21 Ultra. It's an expense. Like, you're going to spend money, right? And I guess I've been trying to do it the smart way, but there's really no smart way about it. You're going to spend money, right? Like, and even the trade-ins have gotten a little worse, meaning you're going to spend a little more every year on Samsung's website to upgrade. I remember when the S22 series came out, I upgraded for like, I think it was $168. For some reason, that always sticks in my head, $168. So I traded in my last year's previous flagship, got the new flagship, and just traded that in, but had to pay like 168 bucks on top. I'm like, dang, that's a really good deal. Seems like every year since then, a little more. A little more. So, yeah, it's not cheap. Which charge do I charge my S25 Ultra 2 times a day. I sure do. Oh, nice. What color did you get? The blue or the black? I think the blue's the one to get, although I don't like the chrome border. I wish it was all black. Like this. That's what I love about this Motorola Signature. That's what look, everybody's different. The Pixel, it's weird because on the base Pixels, you get the same color on the sides as you do on the back, but on the Pros, you get a color on the back, but you get a chrome shiny border. I don't like that chrome shiny border. That's what I like about this Motorola Signature. It's black on the back and then black on the edges, on the sides, right? Now, if you get the gold one, it would be gold on the back and then gold borders. That looks pretty cool. You can see how thin this is. This has got a 5,200 milliamp hour battery, and it's just 6.9 millimeters thick, so it's very thin. Another thing that I noticed today, when I was out walking around doing videos and taking pictures, it's very underrated feature how light this is. Because when you're holding up I was holding up my S25 Ultra to compare, like with my left hand, man, after holding these two phones up for 10 to 15 minutes, I'm like, damn, my left arm is like, you can tell this is heavier. Like my left arm is straining a little more to hold this up than this one. It's like, damn, that's really cool. A light phone is, I see where it comes in handy. Of course, I'm sure not everybody's holding their phone up for 15 or 20 minutes, but have you checked the Oppo Find X9 Pro? Is really good. Yeah, I've never had an Oppo phone. I was trying, before I got the OnePlus 15, I was deciding, should I go with the Oppo? Should I go with OnePlus? I'm going to get an Oppo phone very soon. It looks like the one to get because they share the same camera sensors as this. Oppo's the one to get. I will get one soon. I've heard that could be very easily the phone of the year. So I think they hit a home run with that one this year. You might find some good deals on it too here in the next few months. Black 16 gig, that's nice. It is a little slippery. It's something with the back. Make sure you have a good case on it. It's pretty slippery. The black 16, the black OnePlus 13. You got tired of the battery life. It's around that age, around 4 years, 3, 4, 5, probably 3 to 4 years. About 4 years is probably when the batteries, degrade quite a bit. Oppo X9 Pro Global, in my opinion, is the best phone out right now. Oppo X9 Pro. We're going to do the giveaway. I got to run here in a minute, so let's see. Which one is this? Oh, yeah. Yep, Find X9 Pro. Yeah, that's a nice one. Big battery. Oh, yes, that's what I wanted. The Dimensity 9500. Yeah, I really like MediaTek. I just haven't been able to use them a lot. I might try to find a good deal on one of those. Prices start around $852. Huh. Yeah, that looks like the one to get. Let's see here. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, that's probably a good upgrade from the 21 series to the 24 series. So then you might think about upgrading with the 27 series, S27 Ultra. That's when they're supposed to get new cameras. We'll see. We'll see if that comes true. That might fit in your time window. Let's see. I was thinking about the signature before I got the One Plus. Yeah, that's a look. That's the One Plus does have an edge up on the processor in the battery size. Although battery life on this, just to give you all a good example, and if it's only day 2, but I left the house with 84% battery life. Went around town, did my network test, took a bunch of photos, videos. I got home, it was at 79%. So it only used 5% battery probably in an hour, something like that. It's pretty good. 4K, 60 frames per second, network testing, a bunch of stuff. So screen was at full blast. So it looks like it's going to get good battery life. Maybe not as good as the OnePlus 15, but it might. Yeah, that's a good side piece. In fact, I would, like I said earlier, I would think twice about upgrading to the Pixel 10 series. Right? I'm gonna blast Google here when I do my if it comes true, and after 200 charging cycles they cut the charging in half. I'm not gonna be a happy camper, because you know what that means. I'm gonna get rid of my Pixel 10s. I can't plug a phone in that's gonna take 2 hours to charge. Like I'm out. I'm out. Sorry. Like I'm just not doing it. And speaking of Google, we're gonna get into the airdrop. We'll get out of here in 15 minutes. We'll do the giveaway in 15 minutes, I promise. Also, by 8:30, this live stream will end. 8:30 Central Standard Time. So, Honor, nothing in Google Pixel were the fastest growing phone brands. Interesting. Very interesting. I think people are starting to branch out a little bit. Nothing, obviously. I don't think the Phone 3 sold well. I just think it's their A series that are accumulating most of their sales, right? Pixels always sell good, especially their A series. But we'll see if they cut their charging in half. Look at this. So y'all know how Google implemented the AirDrop feature into Quick Share with Google? Well, Google is now saying AirDrop support for more Android phones is on the way very soon. And I have a hunch that when the Galaxy Unpacked event happens here on the 25th of February, I think that's what they mean by very soon. I think Samsung is going to announce that their phones, or at least, wouldn't that suck if they say, oh yeah, because that's what Google did. Google said, AirDrop and Quick Share now can communicate, but it was only for the new Pixel 10 series. Now, I think they rolled it out, or they're getting close to rolling it out to the 9 series, and then they'll do the Pixel 8 series. But I think Samsung is going to announce that they are going to roll out Quick Share and AirDrop compatibility, I think, when the S26 Ultra gets launched, which is going to suck for the S25 users, S24 users, S23 users. They're going to have to wait another 3 months for them to... We've lived so long without them being compatible. It's like, what the hell? It is cool, though. I've used it quite a bit with my 2 devices, but there's other ways to doing it, right? Because what I do is I'll take pictures on... It's like today, I filmed with the iPhone, right? I'll just transfer it, or I'll upload the content to the cloud on my iPhone, and then on my Pixel, I'll access that cloud storage file and then download it onto the Pixel phone, and then I'll edit the videos. But what I'm doing with camera tests, especially with the new Motorola signature, I'm not transferring anything. I'm trying to get it as pure as possible. I'm going to shoot right out like the short that I uploaded about an hour ago. I'm going to shoot on the phone and upload that from the phone to YouTube. Because when you transfer files, you download files to the cloud, to this phone, to that phone, and then you compile it on CapCut, and I don't, you may not get the true look and feel of what a phone is doing, especially when if you're just doing some case review, who cares? But when you're trying to get the most realistic look and feel of a camera test, video test, I try to do it straight from the phone to YouTube, right? Not to mess up any resolution or whatever. So you have that to look forward to. I guess if we have maybe a Pixel 9 series, I think they'll probably announce that for older devices, 8 series possibly, S26. So in due time, right? It'll all work itself out. Let's see here. Yes, before we do the giveaway, one real quick interesting note. The S26, the base model, is only going to weigh 137 grams. 137 grams. That's light. That's very light. Another tidbit for the day, the iPhone 18 Pro, the smaller Pro, is going to get a 5,200 milliamp hour battery. The small phone, the iPhone 18 Pro, is going to get a 5,200 milliamp hour battery. It's going to be the same battery that Samsung's putting in their Ultra, right? Which makes me wonder too, how big is the iPhone 18 Pro Max battery going to be? 6,000? Possibly. Or 5,600, 5,700? That's a big deal. Like, Apple's starting to step their game up when it comes to battery. And this is a good thing. We need Apple to increase the battery size. We need Apple to put pressure on Samsung to increase the batteries. I'm tired of having to plug my phone in 2 times a day. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, quite honestly, it's about time we every phone should be 2-day battery life at this point, right? We're sending stuff to Mars. We're doing all sorts of crazy stuff with splitting atoms and stuff out in Sweden. We need to get these batteries to last 2 days, right? Like, come on. After using silicon carbon batteries, I don't want to go back to lithium ion. The OnePlus 15, even the OnePlus 13, freaking mind-blowing on battery life, on longevity, charging speeds. Every phone should be that way right now. Every phone. And that's why I'm so pissed at Google with this 200 charging cycle thing. It really, really upsets me. If you can't tell, like, I'm so pissed. I'm just gonna sell my freaking phones. Like, I don't even want to deal with it anymore. Well, the 10 series. Shit, I may just sell it and go get another Pixel 9 Pro XL. It performs better. The 9 Pro XL scores better on Geekbench. All right, let me shut up. I gotta go. Let's do so check this out. Everybody, put this put hashtag gift in the comment section. Hashtag gift. And what I'll do, I'm gonna set up this giveaway. Whoever wins, get with me on the back end, email me, eSIMstudios@gmail.com, and I will email you a $25 Amazon gift card. Does that sound good? Good? Gift. Hashtag gift. Let me set this up. I got Sean was asking, what kind of screen on time did you get on your OnePlus 13? Insane, record-setting screen on time, even better than the OnePlus 15. I got close to 13 hours of screen on time. It was like 12 hours and 47 minutes of screen on time, like regularly. Like it was nothing under 10 hours. It was like 10 hours and up every single day. I'm on my phone a lot. Like I run an online business. I'm shooting content for YouTube. I'm doing all sorts of stuff. Almost 13 hours. Now that was like on a daily basis. So it's a classic phone. And I completely understand if people. The OnePlus 15, in my personal opinion, looks better visually, but I think the OnePlus 13, you can't go wrong with that. And it might. I wish I had a OnePlus 13 and 15 at the same time so I could test the cameras. I'm still gonna say I believe the OnePlus 12 has the best cameras on any OnePlus phone. The 12. I think it was better than the 13. I think it was better than the 15. I just don't know if the 13 camera quality, picture quality, video quality between the 13 and the 15, probably close. I would lean towards the 13, right? But it was a classic phone. I think you could stick with that for years and you're going to be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Let's see here. I set up the nice once a day. Any more than that, right? Because like when you're laying down, when you go to sleep or you take a nap, just plug it in. It's those days that you forget that you're screwed. Black is open box. Yeah, that's fine. Black's a nice one. It's really nice. Yeah, I saw MKBHD. I saw that thumbnail about a little earlier this afternoon. My wife was telling me that he's getting roasted on Reddit, somewhere like that, for always shitting on OnePlus. I didn't watch the video. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm subscribed to his channel. I don't think I am. I mean, I used to be, but some of the well, I'm not gonna get into it, but I'll save that for another day. You trying to help me make a choice, at least, as I got bored of Apple and Google only had 2 of their phones. Well, good. What did you get? Oh, I think I saw your comment earlier today on one of my videos. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, there are. There sure are. There's a ton of good Chinese phones out there. Yes, Avery Brenner says, so I have a OnePlus 15 and I've been actually struggling with my cellular service on Verizon. It's been buffering like crazy. My OnePlus 12 didn't have an issue. So, I'm not going to say I had issues, but the performance I was expecting from my OnePlus 15 network-wise, it did not meet my expectations. I'll just put it that way. I expected it to perform better than in the real world. Like, for whatever reason, and I discussed this, I got to get out of here soon, but I discussed this, I think, yesterday. My OnePlus 15 seemed to but it was like stuck on band 41, and I think it only, you have Verizon, I have T-Mobile, but just an example, it used to just only sit on band 41, and I think it went to 12 one time, and I made a video about it. But my other phones, when I check, the new Motorola Signature, I was rolling around today with my SIM in it, the S25 Ultra. When I'm going around town running errands, I check. I want to know like what the phone is doing. It's always on different bands, always finding the optimal signal and sticking to it, right? I think I wonder if the OnePlus 15 is almost shooting itself in the foot, because remember, it has that new, well, I guess that was the Wi-Fi chip. But look, I haven't really looked into it much, but yeah, it did not meet my expectations in the network department. I always test mine. I'm always looking. And I didn't know if that was just me or if that was a more, if that was a problem with more users, quite honestly. So did I have issues? I wouldn't call it issues, but was I satisfied with the network on the OnePlus 15? No, I was not. I was not. I thought it could have gotten better download speeds. I was expecting better download speeds. The speeds I got today were better than OnePlus 15 that I got a few weeks ago. So, you know, I'm gonna look into that over the weekend and see if any other if anybody else is having network issues with the OnePlus 15. I'll look into that for you and get back to y'all, because I didn't necessarily see anything. Now, it's not necessarily an issue. I just don't think it performed as well as Samsung. Or I need to start testing this iPhone. I don't like using iPhone, and I use it to shoot content. All right, let me shut up. Let's do the giveaway. Mama, I gotta go grab some food. Hang on. Let's see here. All right. Yes. Let me sign in. Give me a second. Son of a bitch. Okay. We're gonna do a Amazon $25 e-gift card. So we'll run it right now. I think I was rambling on and on and on. So I think everybody should have their entry in. So let me type in hashtag gift. Let's go. Rammer Jammer, congratulations to you. I think, in fact, I know I have your contact information. So, I think you won a couple weeks ago. Congratulations. I will get that Amazon gift card to you here shortly. So please subscribe to the eSIMstudios, a YouTube channel. Try to do these giveaways a little more consistently. I'm pretty busy, but we'll try to do it more consistently. And for more OnePlus 15 network issues, we'll stay on top of for y'all. And Motorola signature testing coming up. And S26 Ultra, I got more cases in the other day for case reviews. So appreciate all the time. Hope everybody has a safe, enjoyable Friday evening. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace. You didn't want to end my stream.